Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It's February 7th. We are already in the month of February, which is so exciting. And we do this team call every Tuesday at noon Central Time, and it's about 30 minutes long. So we are so excited that you joined us. If you're watching the recording or you're on Facebook, go ahead and type into the comments replay or recording. That way we know you were able to watch it with us. I'm excited. My name is Emily Otten. I'm one of the 6 national marketing directors on our Team Legacy Peak organization, and I am just so grateful to be a part of this team. If you guys were with us in St. Louis last weekend at our regional, you probably noticed that a majority of the people speaking at the regional were from Team Legacy Peak, and that just goes to show just how blessed we are to have an incredible team. And I know some people are in St. Louis and some people are scattered all over. So go ahead. It's always fun to see where people are at. If you want to type into the comments where you live and how long you've been eating Juice Plus, it's always fun to see just where everyone's at and how long everyone's been eating Juice Plus. So today we are going to have 3 incredible women share their story and also maybe share their takeaways, hopefully share their takeaways from the St. Louis Regional. And I know that every single time I show up to a live event or a virtual event, but there's definitely something special about live. Every time I show up to a live event, it moves my vision forward in the best direction. It builds belief, it builds vision, and I leave with motivation and excitement. But we know that motivation fades away. And so hopefully it built some why. And maybe if you guys are on the call today listening in, you guys will be able to feed off of some of this energy. So before we hop in, I just want to say, I love seeing how long everyone's been eating Juice Plus and where people are at. Go ahead and pop it into the chat. I just want to say really quickly, we do 3 things in this Juice Plus business. Number 1, we build a customer base and we help other people eat Juice Plus and benefit from getting more fruit and vegetables in their routine every day. So number 1, we build a customer base. Number 2, we build a qualified business. And this looks like helping about 18 to 24 families eat Juice Plus. So building a qualified business is the core of what we do. And then number 3 is we turn around and we help other people do the same thing. So whether you do this very part-time, or maybe you're wanting to turn this into more of an income stream for your family, building a qualified business is really the core of what we do. So get with your sponsor if you want to know more about that. But those are the 3 things that we do to keep this business really simple. And I'm excited to have you guys on the call today. So before we jump into our 3 speakers, I have to say, we have a really exciting challenge. I think there's some statistics on like New Year's and like people who set resolutions, maybe it already faded away. And I think February is a great time to you're already in the New Year's mood and you kind of have a vision of what you want for the year. And I know we are working towards Phoenix. Our Juice Plus Live is in Phoenix at the end of April, which we will talk about at the end of this call. So make sure if you're watching the recording, if you're on with us live, stay on with us because we are going to be talking about Phoenix. But a challenge that we are rolling out this Monday, I'm gonna share my screen. Oh no, I gotta pull it up really quick. I thought I had it pulled up. I'm gonna share my screen, but we are rolling out a 5-week habit challenge. It's a love, serve, and grow challenge. And whether you are brand new in this, I know we just hopped off Zoom with Madeline, she's brand new. Whether you're brand new in this, or maybe you're seasoned and you're wanting to get back into the simple habits of how to grow your Juice Plus business, I am here to show you a really fun way that we're gonna come together as a team to create some healthy habits around growing our Juice Plus business. So I'm gonna share my screen really quick. This is called the Love, Serve, Grow habits. Can you guys see that? Are we good? Okay, so this is, you'll see that it says 5 habits, 5 days a week for 5 weeks. So we're starting this coming Monday. And on Monday, February 13th, you will start. You can print this out. You can also do it virtually. I think it's easier if you print it out. But of these 10 habits, we encourage you to pick 5 of them and use them as a guide to kind of move your business forward. And we put at the bottom, watch your PVC go, go, grow. So this is all about the simple habits that we do to build our Juice Plus business. And we're making it a challenge, but we're also making it fun where you can earn some money back too. So you pick 5 of the 10 habits. Watching the team Zoom on Tuesday is required each week. And then each week you complete, you win money. So you have a payout at the end of the challenge. So on March 19th, when the challenge ends, we'll track who did how many weeks, and we'll have a payout at the end. So it just costs $5 to play. We just have the $5 because it's just a little bit of skin in the game to say, hey, I want to do this. You don't have to do all 5 weeks, but we encourage you to shoot for doing all 5 weeks and picking 5 of the 10 habits. And I don't want to go into much more detail because I don't want to waste any more time, but we will put this into our team chats. If you have questions, get with your sponsor, your upline, and we will answer any questions you might have. And I just think it's a fun way to get back into the simple habits of what we do to build our Juice Plus business. And those 3 things that I talked about, building your customer base, building your team, building a qualified business, those all stem from these habits that you see on the screen right here. So stay tuned. We'll pop it in all the chats and on the Facebook group. And we encourage you to join us. It's only $5 to play. And it's very doable for anyone, whether you're brand new or you've been in this for a while. So that's what I have to say about that. Stay tuned on more information to come. I am excited to bring on 3 amazing ladies. Like I said, they're going to share their stories and takeaways from the St. Louis Regional. And JC, I'm going to have you pop on here and introduce Madeline if you are on real quick.
Yep. Okay. Madeline is a new partner as of the beginning of February and has already made it to Partner Plus. She's a mom of 3 boys. Her youngest is only 7 weeks old. Sorry, I got a baby on me. And she is just already sharing with her family and has a heart to share this with as many people as she can. So Madeline, if you want to come on in.
Sure. Thanks, JC. So yeah, JC invited me. Well, I've been taking Juice Plus from JC for, I don't know how long now, but for a while. And then she invited me to an event about, I think, a week ago. And honestly, I can't even tell you, I can't think of his name, but he was a skier, and that I remember. And then I remember one thing that he talked about, and he just compared like an apple to taking supplements. And that was something that stuck with me from his talk, and just how, powerful eating an apple was. So it just kind of made me think, Juice Plus was, that much stronger. And in my family this year, we've had a lot of cancer. So I knew they needed the best supplement, or, whole foods, I guess I should call it, not a supplement, because they're whole foods. But yeah, so that is kind of what drove me to start promoting this and sharing it more, was just so my family would start taking it. And then we actually had my son, my 18-month-old, was diagnosed with ITP, and they told us that he was needing lots of fruits and vegetables, and I couldn't really get him to take as much as he was needing. So we started him on actually the capsules, and he wasn't taking them great. So we switched him to the chewables really consistently, and his levels rose drastically after keeping him on Juice Plus consistently. So that was another kind of driving force for me to continue taking Juice Plus, and then also start sharing it with everyone and my family, because we all need it, but them specifically, I guess. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. Incredible. Thank you so much for sharing, Madeline. I'm so glad that your family has Juice Plus, especially in the season that you're walking through with autoimmune. And I know a lot of families, we all probably know someone who's walking through autoimmune, and whole food can just be the foundation for so many things. So I'm glad you showed up to the event to hear Jeff Olson. Thank you so much for sharing, Madeline. Okay, next we have Allie. Do you want to introduce Sydney? Sydney's your girl. I don't know. I didn't tell you that you were going to introduce her, but if you want to.
I so badly. I want to, but I am not. I'm driving, and I don't know that you guys can even hear me.
We can hear you, but it's okay if you're not in a good place too. Okay, now we can't hear you. Anyways, I will introduce Sydney. I know, obviously you have been connected to the Juice Plus community through Allie, but you decided to come. I think this was like your first big event to come to. So Sydney, we are so excited to hear. I know you're a fitness professional and just really into your health. And I just would love to hear your feedback from coming to the event and what it really took to like move your calendar around to get there and why you are excited.
Yeah. Thanks, Em. So I met Allie at a gym that I was working at and felt really drawn to her. I didn't know her for more than like 30 days. But we just I followed her on Instagram. And then from there, I was like, why you're posting all this stuff about Juice Plus? And we just created our friendship. And I think the biggest thing for me that I thrive on is connection, just genuine connection with people. And so from that moment of contact with Allie, just in the gym setting, it was a genuine connection. And then that flourished in obviously so many other ways. And I'm so grateful for just her friendship, but her mentorship as well. And so I remember the time that I think she invited me to an event at Jeanette's house. And I was like, okay, I'll come. I don't really know what this means. And that day I signed up to be a partner. I was like, this is cool. I cannot I don't want to miss out on this. But then from there, it was like life happened, kind of lost steam. And I hated that happened because I actually hit Partner Plus, I think within, 10 days, right? Is that the thing you need to 10 days? And I loved the idea of it because I actually took Juice Plus when I was growing up. I took the gummies and my mom was super into it and I didn't really know what it meant, but I was like, cool, they're gummies, right? When I was younger. And then talking to Allie, saw how beneficial it was for your health. And obviously as a health professional or fitness professional in that time that I was like, oh, like this is going to up my game. And I didn't really realize how much it could. And other than that event, I had not really been to anything else. And so when Allie invited me to go to regional training, actually Emily and Allie both combined, they were like, you need to do this. I was like, okay. And the reason they did was because my job, actually, my salary got cut a little bit. And that to me was like, okay, what can I do to kind of make up for that lost income? And I reached out to Allie and she's like, just do it, come. And it was better than I ever could have expected, right? I couldn't make it on Friday, unfortunately, but Saturday was such a blessing. And just to be, like everyone kept saying, surrounded by that, in that love bubble, right? Surrounded by those people that have these dreams and these aspirations and just want to grow and create really, really amazing community. And it's genuine, right? It's not like, oh, like I'm out here for myself. It's no, how can we all feed off of each other, help each other grow? And what does that look like? And so I was challenged in so many different ways. I remember sitting there and I took a bunch of notes on my phone and I really just felt this nudge to be like, hey, you're taking notes on your phone. That's great. But just like be in the moment and listen and absorb what you can absorb. And that for me was so special because I took away just so many things had I been like, notes are great, but hey, just be in the moment. And so one of those things that I did take away was when Jeff was talking about breakthroughs begin with a change in belief. And that is something that I preached for the longest time as a trainer, right? Like somebody is not going to get to that breakthrough point until they can start to believe in themselves. And I think for the longest time, I'd done multiple, MLMs. I'd been in kind of that realm. And I was like, I don't know if I like truly believe in this. And for Juice Plus and like my journey along taking it and then also being a partner and how I speak to people on it, it's the belief that I have in it and how I can change that in other people. So that was a really, really cool comment that he made. And I was like, oh, that's so true. I really, really love that. And then I think something also that Jeanette said that stood out to me was, if you're not willing to sacrifice for your dream, the dream will become the sacrifice. And I think I've always discounted myself. And I don't know if anybody's ever been there where you're like, oh, like I couldn't get there. I can't make this happen because X, Y, and Z. But I think that when you have that belief in yourself, right, and that breakthrough happens and you see those dreams start, like you're getting one step closer to your dream, it can just be really beneficial as you compound those things over time. Like the big picture is beautiful. So I would say the whole experience was just so wonderful. And I kind of left there with my heart on fire, like, okay, how can I do this? I'm still navigating, but Allie is so great. I can't wait to meet all of you guys if I haven't met you yet. And I'm sure I haven't met a lot of you, but I just really love this community and I think it's so special. So that's it.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Okay. Now do you see why if Allie and I were to reach out and be like, we wish you could have been, here this weekend, like you can't put that in a nutshell. You can't put that in a message. You just have to be there. You have to be in the room, and your takeaways were so amazing. So thank you for sharing that. I love it. And navigating, it's leaving the event and getting a game plan and putting it into action. Like you can learn all the things, but putting it into action is what this team, we can all huddle together and say, okay, let's look at what your next step is and how we're going to get there. So I'm so glad you came. That makes me so happy. Allie, you're lucky. You got your girl, Sydney.
I know, and I'm so sorry things were chaotic right when you introed her. But Sydney, it was so fun to have you there. And I think staying plugged in and staying close to this community, I know I always go back to Emily says it best. If you stay close to the fire, you're going to stay hot. And that is the whole thing, that when we pull away, sometimes we forget why we're doing it. And that's true with anything in our lives. So
yes,
back.
Yes, amen. Okay, thank you so much, Sydney. Next, I am going to have Miss Julie Zilke introduce Emma. Julie, are you on?
I am. Okay, well, I'm so excited to introduce Emma, who I have known for almost 10 years. I met her when she was 15 and just was delighted with her and her family, and have known them for the last almost 10 years. Emma is a wonderful young woman. She actually is my hairstylist. And about a month ago, I was getting my hair cut and she just said, I'm thinking about doing Juice Plus. And I was like, well, what do you mean doing it? Like, because she was taking it. And she's like, no, I mean, sharing it with people. I really need to create some more income. And she'll tell you probably a little bit more about that. But she's jumped in with both feet. She was at the regional and she already hit her Partner Plus. She's going for QSC, trying to do that in 30 days. She is just on fire. She's sharing with everybody, having tons of conversations. So I can't wait to hear what she took away from the regional. So go ahead, Emma.
Thank you. Yeah, I am so excited. So my story with Juice Plus begins whenever I was pregnant with my first baby, just over 4 years ago. And my sister, who's a midwife, she said, you have to be on this. It's amazing for you and the baby. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I just took it for my prenatal for his pregnancy, then took a break, and then got back on it with my second pregnancy, and then took a break, and then took it again for my third pregnancy. That baby's not 8 months old. And then I got off of it again. So I was just as my prenatal, because I thought, it's good for the baby, but I have to spend that money on me whenever I'm not pregnant. Well, over the fall and winter, we started getting sick more and more. And I was just like, what are we changing? What's different? Well, we weren't taking Juice fall and winter. So I just thought, okay, something's got to change. And we need to get this into our bodies. So again, not in the budget, but I decided it's a priority and I want to make it work. I want to get into our bodies. And so I have to share this with other people. And so I decided, I talked to you and thought, gonna do it, jumped in, and then hearing like how big this is and how amazing it can be for my family, financially, as well as the health benefits, made me just so excited. So yeah, I'm dreaming about Juice Plus, and everyone that I have to share it with, it's never not on my mind, which the regional just kind of made that even more intense. It was so good. I would say my two biggest takeaways. Well, I love the love bubble. That was really a great way to explain it. Like everyone's in here, everyone loves Juice Plus, and then you go out in the world. And I really appreciated Jeff Olson saying someone's going to pop it, but that's okay. Like not everyone's going to just like join the love bubble. And that was kind of a reality for me. That was so good to hear that the love bubble is real and other people will want to join it, but some people won't. And that's okay. Don't let it ruin your love bubble. That wasn't even something I planned to say, but it just hit me like, yeah, it's so true. The other things that I really took away was be consistent. Like, yeah, I might be on fire right now, right after regional, but consistency long-term is key. And like the more consistent I can be, it might be a slower process, but at least I'll get there. So, yeah, that was something huge. And then parties. I think parties was like a light bulb. They terrified me, thinking, okay, wait, I have to host a party. I have to talk to people. I don't want to do that. That's scary, but get out of my comfort zone and do it. So I have 2 parties on the calendar, and I'm so excited to get people in person and sharing this, and the fact that they can be fun. Like, it really is a party, like not just an event, but a party, and enjoy it and invite everybody. And just sharing it, just unapologetically talking about it, just loving to share it with people. And the more I learn about it, the more I'm confident in sharing it. Like the fact that it literally is changing our physiology. Okay, who doesn't want to hear that? Who doesn't want to share that? So that's been really like a push for me to just talk about it and love it. So the regional was great. I can't wait to be at more conferences with everyone, because it is so fun just to be there and to glean off of each other's wisdom and experience and talk to successful people. So I loved it.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing, Emma. I love what you said about hosting an event party to like, that's fun, like host something that you get excited about. And yeah, just the sacrifice of you like moving your schedule around to show up to the regional, and now how fired up you are. And you know what? The reality is some people are going to pop our bubble, but back to what Allie said about staying close to this love bubble, staying close to this community, plugging in, because every single time we show up on a call, we listen to a call. If you just need some encouragement, go and listen to an NMD speech from the boards app. Like, you will be fired up and you will remember, and you'll blow your bubble back up, and you'll get back out there and you'll stand up tall. And I'm sure all of us can, attest to some time we've had our bubble pop. So thank you, Emma. That was incredible. I'm so glad that you were able to come. I know we got to sit together, but we didn't get to talk a ton because we were all just so captivated and engaged. So thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to pass it over to Carrie Brummett to wrap us up and say some really important things.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm just over here just leaning into all the stories, because those are my favorite things, are the stories, and just hearing how you guys had the connections and the aha moments. And really what we do in this business is very simple. Emily kind of stated it in the beginning, and there are just some principles about our business. Number one principle is relationships, right? And you guys said that the whole entire time. It's about relationships. It's about connection. It's about authenticity and showing up and networking and in the love bubble, right? So that you can go out in the world and share that with other people. But if you don't show up, that's the second principle, right? You have to show up, because things happen when you show up. Jim Rohn, who's one of my favorite mentors, he says, go to the party, go to the event, go to whatever you can and show up and make connections with people and make relationships. It's so important. And stay, right? We already talked about that. So those are just some of the key principles we use, or that we always keep in mind when wanting to, grow this business. So, I want to just ask you, where are you investing? I heard a lot of people say, I wanted to invest back in my health. It all starts with that, investing in your health. And what we do is we get paid to invest in our own health. How cool is that? When I joined this, almost 19 years ago, I was like, wait, I'm going to buy Juice Plus for my family and the company is going to pay me to do that. Then the thing is you get to invest in others. You can go out in your community with your family and friends, and you can share with them, and you can invest in people and help them invest in their own health and relationships, and you get paid for that. Okay, so those two investments are so high, but one of our very highest payoff investments is showing up to events. And you all just talked about what you got from showing up to that event. I'm sure it wasn't easy for everybody. People had to bring babies. They had to rearrange schedules. They had to find babysitters. It's not always easy to show up, but it is the highest return that you can possibly do. And the second thing is to bring somebody with you, but you have to go first because people will only follow people who know where they're going. And our highest or our biggest event is the JP Live. So we do JP Live twice a year. And I am so thankful that we're back to an in-person event. I mean, like Emily said, we couldn't bring all that back to you all. You know, there's no way. And the same thing with JP Live. I heard somebody say, maybe it was Emma, like, I can't wait to meet more people who are successful in this and network with them and pick their brain. That's where you're going to see it. That's where you're going to meet the people and be able to talk face to face and network with them at JP Live. So with that, I'm going to encourage you, and I'll ask you something here at the very, just now, that Jeff Olson asked at the very end, and he said, who here is coming to JP Live? And, you know, immediately people's, you know, in some people's brain, it was, yes, I'm going. And in some people's brain, they were like, no, because ... right? And Catherine Lee says there are excuses and there are reasons, and those are different. Reasons are, you know, getting married that weekend. That's a good reason that you can't be at Juice Plus Live. But what are you investing in? And do you really, really, you know, when I first started this and Jeanette asked me to go to JP Live, I couldn't afford it. I mean, quite honestly, I was like, I just don't think I can afford it. But you know what? I knew in order to grow this business that I had to invest back in myself, and that, you know, I was following a successful person, and she said, successful people show up at JP Live. Not everybody, but the successful people do. So, so what if I asked you, if you had 2 really excited team members that wanted to go to JP Live? How does that change in your brain, right? I'm sure a lot of people's thought was, oh, well, then I'll go if I have 2 excited people going with me. Well, it doesn't really work that way. Jim Rohn, and Jeanette always quotes this. She says, you have to give the fire wood before it gives you heat, right? You've got to go first. You've got, you know, the leader sets the pace. And so with that, I want to tell you, you can earn your way to Juice Plus Live. That money excuse, we can take that off the table because we have a couple of months before we get to JP Live. Number one, we're going to give away another free ticket to JP Live worth $100. We actually, whoever has already purchased their ticket up until now will go back in the drawing. If you help another team member register for JP Live, you get your name in the drawing twice. And then if you register brand new, you get your name in there. Okay, so we're gonna do this drawing next week. We pushed it out a little bit because there's just so much going on. So we wanna give people an opportunity to go ahead and get their ticket. So the drawing.
Did I put the wrong date on here?
Yeah, I think you did. I think we said the 13th.
Okay, 13th. I'll change it.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Okay. And so we're going to give a free Juice Plus Live ticket. So that's $100, right? And then you're like, well, I have to pay for flights and air, you know, and a hotel room. Well, you can share a hotel room. That gets it really affordable. And you can go hit that next promotion or help a partner hit that next promotion and get that title reward from the company. 300, 400, 600 for sales coordinator, or 700, depending on when they do it. How many times can you do that in the next couple of months? Either yourself or help a partner to do that, and use that money to reinvest in your business, in yourself. Okay. So there is a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And if you have the will and your vision is strong enough, there is a way. You can do it, and we can help you. Okay. So thank you, everybody, for sharing your heart and your stories today. It's the best part of what we do in our Love Bubble. And get those habit trackers, get them out, because that's the way you're going to get there. Okay. All right. See you next week, everyone. Thank you, Em. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, ladies, for sharing. That was incredible.
Thank you.
Hey, great job, everyone.